And be sure and check out the podcast. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great. It's no surprise that on the subject of joy, a lot of people think of relationships. I was reminded that I did not have a boyfriend until I was 31. And I wanted one since I was 3. I was conscious of wanting one since about 3. I spent my 20s just worrying about this, and I would go through hell just to bring myself to say hello to a guy, like at a bar. And if I got to the awkward point that I actually got his phone number, then I would spend like the next 48 hours going, is he gonna call me? Am I gonna call him? How long do I wait? How long what's he thinking now? So if it was going to work out at all, it was going to have to be that he would like to be with a basket case, basically. So nothing shook. And then it was in '97, I was at this gay pride parade with all my friends. We're watching the circus come down Fifth Avenue. And just to our right, there's this super cute Filipino boy. Actually, he's just to our right, but he's actually like 20 feet above us because he has climbed a telephone pole to watch the parade. He's like the little kid in the Jungle Book, just hanging out in the trees. And I look over at him, and he smiles at me, this big, beautiful smile, and I didn't have time to think. I just smiled right back. And then I got shy and looked down, but every time I looked back up, we were smiling at each other. And I'm like, well, there's no more perfect time to say hello, except for one thing. He's 20 feet above us on a telephone pole. What am I going to be like, hi? And in retrospect, I could have just walked up and said, hey, come on down, which a police officer was surely about to do at any moment. But then my friends were like, no, we got to get to this party. The ecstasy's about to kick in. Let's get the fuck out of here. So my friends start running off, and I'm like, oh no, I'm going to lose him. So I start running after them, and now the Filipino boy and I are looking back at each other, and it's like, okay. And then 4 years later, I'm walking down Park Avenue. Now this was in October of 2001. So for the past month, the city had just been going through every emotion imaginable because of 9/11. And there was something about that period, just the vibe of New Yorkers in general during that period, where it was like people were a little less neurotic, people were a little less bullshitty, people were just like a little more real. So I guess I was just kind of in that state. And I'm walking down Park Avenue, and I'm crossing the street, and I see this big smile pass me. And then we turn, and we're both smiling at each other. And again, I can't help it. It's just a big smile, and we start to say hello to each other. And he says to me, we've smiled at each other before. 4 years ago at the gay pride parade, I was up on top of a telephone pole. And I said, holy fucking shit, I totally remember that. And there was just this instant connection between us, and we had a little chat and we exchanged phone numbers, but it was walking away that I had this kind of surreal experience. I realized I'm not worried. I'm not asking myself, am I gonna call him? Is he gonna call me? When? None of that. I just felt this kind of calm, this peace with the fact that, yeah, we're gonna be getting together. And so that, I think, was one of the most profound moments of joy for me, the lack of the worry. And that was, in fact, the beginning of my first relationship.